So I know some of you are still struggling with the topic and motivation, but life goes on. Okay, so we have to move on. Okay, so today we're going to talk about source reliability. Okay, so when you guys see the word reliability, what do you think? What can you think of? Maybe the whole phrase, source reliability. Professional and credible. What else? What? Authorized? What do you mean by authorized?
By some very the professor or it's like one of the most important person of one.
Okay, you mean like scholarly?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good answers. Okay, so today we're going to learn like how to locate information about a source that helps us to determine whether this source is credible or reliable. Okay, so we need to find those specific information that help us to determine whether this is reliable or not. And also we'll need to categorize sources along a spectrum of credibility. Okay, whether they're reliable or not, whether they are scholarly or not, whether they are academic or not. Okay? So, first, I want you guys to open the Blogger, and you can see in here, there are two websites in here. Okay? I've already put a link, website 1 and website 2. So, I want you to work in groups, 2 or 3. So maybe you can move up here. Okay? So open these two links, these two websites, and see what you think of these two websites. Do you think they are reliable, they're credible, they are academic or not? Okay?
No.
If you're not sure, just talk to a partner or other people.
I'm not sure. Which one is it? Which one is it?
I'm just thinking the second one.
Sorry.
I'm looking at the second one. I mean, the layout doesn't look like honestly.
Which one is the second one?
You may want to explore as much as you can. Like click on the links and see what it says. So about this one, technology, what is social networking? So how many of you think that this is a good source that you can use in your research paper? Nobody? You think that's good? You think that's good? You think it's good? Why? So nobody from here think it's good? You think it's good, okay? 4 people think it's good. So the rest of you, what's the reason that you think this is not good for research paper?
It has ads.
What?
It has advertisement.
Yeah, it has a lot of advertisement. Well, maybe. Yeah. So what's the second one? Yes.
No.
Okay. I'm hearing some different voices. The people who think the first one works think the second one doesn't work. So Nathan, you think that the second one works? For research paper?
Yeah, look at the top left.
The weekly world news.
No. Only reliable.
The world's only reliable news. Okay. Yeah, you see the word reliable up there. Okay, so well that can give you some clue that this one might be a reliable source. Okay, maybe it's not. Okay, so for those people that think that this is not a good one, give me the reasons.
Scroll down.
What?
Scroll down to see that
Scroll down and see what?
advertisement.
Damn, this is cool.
Celebrity talk.
It's all about bodybuilding. Okay, so you guys are saying, wow, some of the websites they have like a lot of advertisements. That's not a good thing. And some people think, well, if the website says this is reliable and this is reliable. Okay, so let's see. Let's go through this PowerPoint, which tells you like which one should be a reliable source. Okay. Okay, you have already looked at the websites. Okay, so step one. Okay, so this is for now we're just focusing on the websites as our source. Okay, so when you look at the URL, you all know what the URL is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we call it the address or something. Okay, so you have to see like what type of domain this URL is. Okay, so does it make sense? So for governmental sites, we use the GOV, okay, or MIL. What is MIL? Is that military? Okay. So like for educational websites, it usually ends with the edu, okay, like our school's website, okay? And also the non-profits, okay, usually they say it's organization, okay? And for country codes, like US, UK, DE, I don't know what DE stands for, okay? And also like, Jason's not here. Okay, so like for Jason's website, he uses this, what's that again? Nathan, you know that, right? The United Nations or something?
Something.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's, okay, if you see those signs, it means that this is a good website. Okay, this is something that's official, reliable, they can use in your research paper. Okay? What about for Facebook? No. Maybe not. Okay? You don't want to use Facebook in your research paper. What about a blogger, like the blog we use in this class? No. You cannot cite me in your research paper and say, well, Eric said something, and that's professional, which is not true. Okay? So, is it a personal page? Okay, if it's like a person's name following a type. Okay, like a word, members or users. Okay, if you see those words, it might be a club or something. Okay, you may want to get rid of those websites. And step 2, you have to identify the author, the publisher, and date of publication. Okay. So you have to see who is the publisher. Okay, so look at that, what comes right after the www thing or HTTP, okay? And then does this match the name of the site? Okay. I mean, this happens. I've seen those websites before. Okay, I don't know whether you guys have the same experience or not. Sometimes when you type in www or something like the URL of the website, it says one thing. But when you go in there, the name of the website says another thing. So they don't match, okay? That might be something you have to be careful about. Maybe somebody wants to cheat on you or something. No, that's not good. So who wrote the page? Okay. is there contact information for the author, or what credentials does the author have? Okay, so you have to see if you know the author's name. Okay, you have to see, well, if this author is a scholar, professor in university, or in a government or something. Okay, that's the professional work. Okay, otherwise, don't use that. Okay, and when was it published? Is it current enough for your purposes? Okay, and that information is just as bad as outdated information. Okay, for example, so you are writing in car printing, maybe not anymore. Okay, for example, if you are talking about the 3D car printing thing, okay, so this is like pretty new stuff, technology, and you found something as old as like the 1950s theory. You want to use that? No, that's too old, right? Or maybe you are writing about the organ market. That still scares me. So the organ market, and then you use some source from the 800s. Do you think that's good enough? Maybe not. Right? So you're talking about the current state, the status of the organ market thing. Right? Okay, so that's not good. Okay, the third step, you have to examine the content itself. So what is the purpose of the page? Is the page designed to sell something? Or is the page fake or ironic? Okay, so sometimes the page may look very professional. Okay, very professional. The design and everything is very professional. And you can even search the author in Google or something. This person is very famous. Okay? But maybe this person is doing this not for academic purposes. Maybe he or she is trying to sell something. Okay? Or maybe sometimes some people, like the publications, they may want to have a personal blogger or something like that for their campaign. You know, they're running for state governor or even the president, so they're doing this campaign thing. Okay, so you cannot use that for your research paper. That's too personal. Okay, so for example, if I'm creating a website for myself, for example, that's not possible, but just say like I'm running for presidency. Okay, I'm trying to attack President Obama. I'm saying, well, he's stupid. Okay, he's doing something like really bad. Can you believe me? No. Maybe you can, right? Like in person, but don't believe my website. Okay, that's just personal. Okay, I'm doing that for my political purpose. Okay, is the information accurate? So does it make sense with what you already know about the topic? Okay. So for example, if this is like a common sense, okay, so like the organ market thing, okay, we all know that thing exists in real life in this world, okay, and if you found some article or some website says that's not true, people don't, you know, sell organs or something, okay, so maybe that website is doing some covering job for government or something. Okay, so don't trust that. And does it promote an extreme one-sided viewpoint? Okay, so just like the example I just gave you. Okay, so if I'm attacking President Obama, I'm saying, well, he's a jerk. You know, he does all those bad things. Okay, so maybe that's not true. Okay, I'm being too personal and biased. Okay, so I show a lot of like discrimination. Okay, in my paper or in my website. Okay, it's one side. Okay, and is the material original? So we'll have to see if it is reproduced from another source, or can you be sure it is accurate? And you locate the other source. Okay, you have to see whether this is original. Okay, maybe this thing is already plagiarized by one person from another. Okay, and then you're still using this one. That's not good. Okay, you have to see the sources and links. This is something you guys just mentioned. You were saying the advertisement, right? The bodybuilding thing. And also the links. Okay, so our sources documented with footnotes or links. Okay, sometimes this happens a lot. Okay, so when you go to a website, you click on the link, it doesn't work. Maybe just one link. I mean, that's acceptable. Maybe they're doing some maintenance work or something. But if you click on many links and they don't work, do you still want to use that website? No, that's just too bad. Okay, you have to see whether they work or not. And you have to find out what other people say about this. Okay, so this is just an example. Okay, so when you write your research paper, this is also something you have to be really careful about. Okay, so I told you this last lesson, right? On Monday. So in the academic field, never be too sure about something. Otherwise, you will get into big trouble. Okay. Also, if you search for a source, that's like we just have like one-sided opinion. Okay, it's like I didn't think this is right. This is my opinion. So this is absolutely true. Then don't use that. You have to also see what other people say about that. Okay. And also, like, what do you find when you Google the author? Okay. So I want you to Google this person. Is Brad Kuhn or something? Okay. And also open the URL. This is the website.
Baseball player?
Yeah, so this is a baseball player. And you can also open the link. What is the website about? What? Concise grammar of what? Field rank or something. Okay. So this guy is a baseball player. Okay? And he writes something in the linguistics field. I don't know, maybe linguistics field. So do you think we can trust this person?
Yeah, maybe.
Really? Or maybe this guy graduated from like linguistics major or something. But do you think he's an expert in this field? Maybe not. I mean, if this guy is an expert in linguistics, why did he go to the baseball? Okay. Right? In the first place.
Do you know Bosch in Miami?
Uh-huh.
He graduated from computer science.
Computer science.
And
But-
he was playing basketball.
But is he still doing computer science thing? Like designing programs, things like that? Maybe not. Okay, so playing basketball is his career, his occupation. So maybe he can say something about basketball, and that's totally personal. Okay, so let's say in this way. Okay, so so like for example, Fiona said something like, if you open the cow's stomach and observe how cows digest food, and she says, well, the cow doesn't feel the hurt. Is that true? I don't know.
Oh, you're not the cow. So.
Yeah, you're not a cow. Okay. No, I'm not. Okay, so if she's saying that, and I have my version, okay, so I'm in the field of language teaching. So I said something. Okay, so the cow doesn't feel hurt. So which person would you choose to believe?
Yoga.
Yeah. Obviously, okay, you never trust everything. Saying, "Well, the cow doesn't feel hurt." Okay, the only thing you can say to me is that you're not a cow. Okay, so okay, now based on the things we just talked about, okay, I didn't give you the correct answer whether those two websites are good or not. Just go back to the websites and work within a group and check all the things we just talked about and make your final decision whether those two websites are reliable or not.
Check.
Also, you can, you see the under Let's Practice right in here. You can click on this. This is a website reliability checklist. Okay, you can use all those criteria to check those two websites and see whether they are good ones or not. Okay, so let's see. About the first one, the social networking. What's your final decision? Is it a good one or that one? Is it a good one?
Because the link can open and you can find out. Really?
Yeah, the links are working. Yeah, that's true. What else? Did you follow the checklist?
But there is no date. No date. I cannot find the date.
You can now find the dates. So about the author. So who is the author of this website? Does it say?
It's on the for this article.
What?
Never mind. I mean, in the Daniel Nation, this guy is a.
Is it programmer? Program.
What?
Yeah, it's a program.
It's a program. So do you think you can trust this guy? Did you Google this guy in from this website?
Click his picture.
Look at this picture. Okay, so do you think all the information provided in this website is reliable? Or just like personal opinion, or surveys or something? Is there like professional or academic research? No. And also, like, as Nathan was saying, like, look at this guy's picture.
Oh, the link in his picture.
Okay, so when you see all the links are working, it doesn't mean that this website is a good one for you to use. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, so if the links are not working, absolutely, just don't use the website. But even though the links are working, sometimes it doesn't mean it's a good, it's a good one. Okay. What about this one?
The link family.
What about this one? I don't think any scholarly paper will have this picture like this. Okay. And also, what about the links? Are the links working?
Sorry, I couldn't find it.
This one works. Which link doesn't work?
The first, yeah,
This one?
the left side. Yes.
This one? So this is a very, very bad sign. Okay, so this one is not working. Okay? And also all those. And this one right here, the force carry. And also, like, it says here, like the weekly world news. What about this one in here? What does it say? The Facebook to charge or something. They don't even match. Okay, so this is not a good one. Okay, never use a source like this in your listening filter. Okay.
But it does match.
What
It does match.
did you say?
The name.
The name? Well, what about the name?
Move your cursor on it. It does match.
Yeah, but I wouldn't trust something that says the world's best. No, the world's most reliable news. Okay, even the New York Times doesn't say that. Okay, so never use that. Okay, okay. Let's go on with the PPT. Okay, so we just talked about the website reliability. Okay, what about the articles, the academic journals? How to make sure that which one is good and which one is not good? What can you remember from the library day? what the library system told you about the choosing the articles. Come on.
You probably have citation.
Citation? Yeah. And what else? Yeah, peer review. Yeah, that's a very, very important thing you have to look at. Okay, so if this article is peer reviewed by other people, most likely it is reliable. Okay, so let's take a look at the PPT and see what it says in here. Okay, so books, journal articles, and newspaper articles. Okay, for those people who want to use newspaper articles, pay attention. Okay, but try not to use newspaper articles if you can find those journals or articles from the school library. Okay, so first of all, you have to see whether the source is peer reviewed. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, so if it's peer reviewed, 99% of the time it's a good article to use. Okay. And also, like, journal articles are usually peer-reviewed, so the information they contain should be reliable. Okay, so library sources must still be evaluated for reliability. Okay, you have to see the date of publication. Okay, could the information have changed since then? Okay, so let me think of an example that can tell you this. Okay. About the cosmetics. Okay, so you're talking about the safety of cosmetics. Okay, maybe 50 years ago, it was not such a big deal. I don't know.
I think people were concerned more when they get richer and when they have good quality of life, they were concerned more on cosmetics.
But people do care about their appearance all the time.
Yeah. So also the cosmetic surgery is also belong to the cosmetic. So more people will choose the cosmetic surgery because no matter women nowadays and also the old people, almost all the people are trying to get the plastic surgery.
Really?
Yes, because we have the statistics and the trains of it.
I never thought about that. And I'll never do that. It's like self-destruction. Anyway, so basically I'm already anti-cosmetics. And I'm totally against, plastic surgery, which I think is terrible. Okay?
But toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, also body wash or cosmetics.
What about soap?
Soap is belong to daily use chemicals.
Okay, so that's not part of the cosmetics.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just stop using those things with soap. Anyway, so you're talking about the safety of cosmetics nowadays in this society. People care about that more and more. So maybe 50 years ago, people were also concerned about the safety of cosmetics. But maybe it was a totally different story. Maybe it was only due to the technology thing, right? But nowadays, people maybe care more about the ingredients of how to make those cosmetics. Okay, so if you use paper in an article from 50 years ago, it's not going to help you a lot with the research. Okay, and also, is the author considered an expert on the topic? Okay, so again, make sure that the author is an expert. Okay, for example, if I write a paper about linguistics, something like that, so that's the only thing I know. So, yeah. Using the name Chomsky. Okay. Do you guys know Chomsky?
Yeah, psychology.
He's like maybe the most famous person. I don't know. This guy's still alive. He's like 90 something. So anyway, so if I use this person in my research paper, I don't think anybody will doubt my paper, okay, because this guy is like famous. Okay. What if I use my own name? Okay, I cite one of my own papers in my paper. You think people will trust me? Who the heck is Eric? They never will trust me. Okay. So, and also the trade journals. You need to be really careful about the journals that are published by professional organizations. Okay, so those journals are written for professionals who work in a particular field. Okay, so they may provide the timely news about new products and services of use to the professional that is likely to read the journal, okay, to the clients, okay, to the people who are gonna use this thing. But you have to pay attention, okay? You cannot mistake professional or trade journal for a scholarly, peer-reviewed, or referred journal. The two are not the same, okay? So maybe for a trade journal, the main purpose, the goal, maybe is to promote the sale of something, okay? So it wants to sell something. Okay, so maybe Li Junhong writes some trade journals to promote the sale of his new product of skincare. Okay, so if I'm going to write something about the safety of cosmetics, I'll never use his journal because what? You never say a bad word about his products, right? You'll say, my products are 100% safe. Just use it. Okay, and it's the cheapest in market. I don't buy it. Okay, and also the content and sources. Okay, so again, try to use those that are not biased. Okay, if you see that this person sticks to one stance, okay, and is being biased in the work, you know, you have to be very careful. Don't use that. Okay. And this is your next big assignment. Okay. The annotated bibliography. Well, by the way, were you guys happy when you sent out the email?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So, well, even though the due date has been changed to next Monday, I think Bruce was like really hardworking. Okay, he sent me the portfolio like was that Tuesday night? Monday. Okay, so he was like really fast. He finished all the things. Okay, you still have time to revise, and we're gonna have a little workshop on Friday, so you can have a chance to peer review each other's portfolio and see what's wrong in there. Give some suggestions, and you can learn something from other people's portfolio. Okay. So anyway, so about this annotated bibliography. So this is your next big assignment before the final research paper. Okay. So you have to when you evaluate the reliability of the sources, you have to see why is this source appropriate for a research paper, and what are the strengths of this source, and what are the weaknesses of this source. Okay, so let's see. So I'll just give you a general idea of what you need to do in your bibliography. Okay, annotated bibliography. Okay, so when you tell me if the source is reliable or not reliable, okay, you have to tell me why. Why do you think this source is reliable, and why do you think this source is not reliable? Okay, you have to check all the things, all the criteria. Okay, like whether it's peer reviewed or not. Okay, the date of publication and everything. Okay. What do you think of this one? This statement. This is an unreliable source because climate change is not related to my topic. It wouldn't be helpful for this research paper. You think this is a good reason? Okay, so what about in this way? While the source has a reputable author from the University of Illinois and a current publication date, there's evidence of bias because it only shows one side of the topic. However, there are citations throughout the source, so the information is still reliable. What do you think of this one? It's much better. Okay. Okay, now let's see a sample annotated bibliography. And here are several questions we need to answer. Okay, so let's just do individual work. Okay, read the annotated bibliography, and then you answer all the questions in here. You don't have to type in it. Just think about the questions in here. You can skip A and B, okay? They're not related to this lesson. Just C and D. So basically, this is something you're going to do for the next assignment. Okay, so this is kind of like a sample bibliography, annotated bibliography. Right. So you have to write 5 for the next assignment. That's not a lot, right? It's like 3 work pages. It's like 15% of the whole grade. So let's take a look at this together. So what is the purpose of the source? Did you find the purpose? What? Okay, so it offers honest advice on the nature of providing life, complete with its insecurities and failures, taking a humorous approach to the realities of being a writer. So the chapters, blah, 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 blah. So it offers some advice, okay? So about what's the information accurate? What? Is the information accurate? Nathan, what do you think?
I'm not sure.
What? Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
On the evaluation, it says the main project seems to be offering the reader evaluation and learning writing. I'm not sure if they're related.
Yeah, but her main project seems to be offering the reader a reality check. Okay, seems to be. Is the person who's using the source very sure of what the author's doing? Well, what do you think? Do you think the information is accurate?
Accurate to what? I mean, what? I don't really follow the question.
What?
I don't follow the question. I mean, was the information accurate towards what topic?
Yeah, so if this person is going to write a paper on this, like, this word by word, some instructions on writing and life, okay? So, do you think this information in this source is accurate? You think so? Why?
Why not? No, the citation and the book content.
Yeah.
It match.
It's already time. Okay,
The
so
topic is
It's not right.
you don't have to write anything. Okay, just go back home and think about this people out. What do you think? Okay, we're going to talk about this one next week. So it's just a brief introduction. And what I want you to do is now you know how to evaluate a source, whether it's reliable or not. Okay, so I want you to go back and look at your organization and see if it's a good one. Okay, if it's not a good one, if you click on the links, they're not working, and it has a lot of advertisements, and if the author is in another field other than the topic, you may think about change your organization. Okay, and if you have already found some sources, okay, articles or journals from the library, and also use the criteria to see whether those are good or not. Okay, otherwise just get rid of them and try to find something more. Okay, and any questions regarding the portfolio, just email me. And I've been crazily busy these days. But I'll try to give you some comments on your portfolio. Okay, so see you guys on Friday.